sharing the pain and suffering, standing with those in tears of despair, listening to heart-rending cries, providing solutions to daunting challenges. Gametha, for the people, by the people.
Human Rights Day is marked.
ඇත්ත කෙටියෙන් දත්ත වැඩියෙන් සයිබර් අවකාශයේ කළඹන වුවත් සලකුණ News First YouTube චැනලය අදම සබස්ක්‍රයිබ් කරන්න. News First ජනතාව සමග.
News First News Alert ඔබේ ජංගම දුරකථනයටත් ඔබ ඩයිලොග් පාරිභෝගිකයෙක් නම් English Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NFU ලෙසත් Singlish Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NUS ලෙසත් Tanglish Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NAT ලෙසත් ටයිප් කර 678ට සෙන්ඩ් කරන්න.
News First
ජනතාව සමග. News First News Alert ඔබේ ජංගම දුරකථනයටත් ඔබ ඩයිලොග් පාරිභෝගිකයෙක් නම් English Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NFU ලෙසත් Singlish Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NUS ලෙසත් Tanglish Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NAT ලෙසත් ටයිප් කර 678ට සෙන්ඩ් කරන්න.
News First Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
And a very good day to you. This is Newsline, and our guest today is a rather important person. He's from the SJB, Member of Parliament. Very vociferous. After a long absence, he's come on our program. Mr. Mujibur Rahman, Member of Parliament, SJB. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now then, Mr. Mujibur Rahman, the whole country knows this, but I'll just say it so that we'll get a bit of a title going. It's now more than 120 days since one president left and a new president came in. What has Sri Lanka gained? Before you answer, I'll give you a bit of statistics. One statistic. 15% almost of kids are without food. They are dependent on their school teachers and well-wishers in that area, you know. But, surprise, surprise, the budget was passed today, second reading. No mention, no budgetary allocation for these children's meals.
Yes, Farad, the thing is, thank you very much for inviting to this program. The first thing is we can see after the Gotabaya Rajapaksa left, Parliament SLPP group, they selected Ranil Wickremesinghe as a president in the country. But now we can see a coalition government with the Ranil Wickremesinghe and Rajapaksa group.
Yeah.
The thing is this, after when Ranil Wickremesinghe came to power also, the situation is, we can see the same situation. Even there are some sectors getting worse, like you said, is education and malnutrition, and the children are attending school. There are a lot of school, you know, attendance is very poor. Even in the, not in the village areas, even in the city limit, there are school, you know, very poor, that under income children are coming school.
But that's because the transport costs are so
not only
high.
Transport, even for the food, all right, even for the cost of very high cost of living. You know, now parents can't bear that one. Even for that, now school books and other things, like you said, transport issue. So there are so many issues, you know, because of that, not only the education sector, all the sectors are in everywhere in a big mess.
Indeed. So we know that because when we look at our economy from $80+ billion size of the economy, it's now down to below 70 or around hovering about 70. So economy has contracted. But Mr. Mujibur Rahman, I mean to ask you, what you say is true. The public understand that as well. But why? It's your duty as opposition. It's your duty to talk about this and get it going. What are you all doing?
No, actually, we have doing our as a main opposition party with the Sajith Premadasa's leadership in the parliament. Inside the parliament, we are playing our role. Even the outside parliament, we have a lot of the meetings and public gatherings, all these protest campaign, and talking with the trade union leaders and trade unions. So all kind of things at the moment we are doing to educate the people. So the only thing is the whole country is now expecting the election. Right, so everybody is waiting for election. Even we urge from the government also, from the president also, after the February 22nd, president can dissolve the parliament. So we must have the parliamentary election after the February 22nd. So that is the thing I think whole country is expecting, even you.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so because everybody want to show their protest, show their aspiration, show their willingness through the democratic way.
Well, I don't have much time, At my age, I've got no time to hang about. We want to see action.
Yes.
We want to see action in this life, not in some other life.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the economy, but Mr. Mujibur Rahman, even this budget, no mention whatsoever about the 48 economic activities of our country. No, not a word to say this sector, that sector, whichever sector, we are going to boost it, we are going to promote it so that it can result in more dollars coming in. Not one word. Not one word.
Exactly. What you said is totally right, Farad. Mainly, even we also looking as this budget as it's a traditional budget. It's not a budget how we economy. We are in a very big economic crisis, right? So on that moment, like this situation, we can't see the budget is for that purpose. Is it even Mr. Wickramasinghe introduced a budget like what we have done even in the last 74 years, you know, so like those type of budget. Even they have not mentioned about the proper plan, no action plan, even for the how they are going to limit their expenditure and all those kind of things, how they are going to improve the export, how they are going to invite the investor to Sri Lanka. So nothing else. It's like another budget, you know, like a traditional budget. So nothing, we can't see nothing in that budget for the present solution, for the present crisis.
But there is one thing.
Yeah.
They may not have a dollar earning strategy.
Yes, exactly. Even you can see for the export.
Yeah.
So now they are going to increase the tax rate is 30%. So who is going to bring the dollars to this country? No. I don't think any exporter going to bring the whole their money to this country because they are charging nearly 30% of the tax rate. They have increased it. So likewise, we can't see any kind of package to the private sector. So to improve the business and improve their development, their business and other things. So nothing getting some sort of the welfare package for them. Only thing is government trying to get the money from them and try to increase the tax so they cover their expenditure.
Well, the only strategy that they put forward in terms of dollars is, of course, we all know it, it's the ganja strategy. So that's the only, so obviously, because there's no other strategy, I suppose all of us will have to we'll wait in hope that the ganja strategy will bring us all those dollars. And, you know, the cash registers will be ringing.
You know, now I don't have much knowledge about that strategy. But when you talk about the other thing is even for the professional crowd and intelligence group and educated people, they all moving from the country.
Yes, they're going out.
Yeah, they're all migrants, right? It's going to be another big disaster in this country. Because even they are not going to send the dollars also. Because then they are going for the settle down over there, right? So they don't send money. They are not like the Middle Eastern workers, right? So it's another crisis. All these professional crowd and well-educated people, even for the technical officers, even for some CEOs, you know. So everybody is moving from the country. So we can't see there is no strategy for government to ask them to stay over here. Or otherwise, strategy government need for some sort of trust. They must build up on that group. So nothing happening over here.
Mr. Mujibur Rahman, Member of Parliament from the SJB, would you agree with some people who say that the SJB is not doing enough? What is the SJB strategy to bring the dollars in like that?
No, even you can see there is a financial group from our party, Dr. Harsha D. Silva, Iran Vikramaratne and Kabir Hashim. So we have prepared a economic plan. Even we have put forward in the parliament also. We had a discussion with all these parliamentary representant parties and all. So they have some sort of plan and they have some sort of written document. Even I think they have sent to that document to the government also. And during
do you think the government have read it?
No, I don't know that about, but from the other side we can see when this crisis time, so we proposal for the national government from the economic side, the Harsha and the Kabir and Iran, those three people, they get together and they had some sort of help from that other professional crowd, and also they prepare a document. And we say, if you all agree for this document, we can come and work with you all for the certain time period, and after that we can go for the election and see how the people's reaction. So government didn't give any positive answer for that cause. So I think that is the problem. From government is thinking, even Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, I think he is thinking he can go with this support to people until the next 2.5 years. So I don't think he can continue with these people.
Thank you very much for your question sent in previously. We'll take some of that shortly. But perhaps we need to go for a short break now, Mr. Mujibur Rahman, and listen to whatever it has. I think it's the headlines probably. And we'll come back to you. Join me with Mr. Mujibur Rahman, SJB Member of Parliament.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
Newsfirst News Alert ඔබේ ජංගම දුරකථනයට ඔබ මොබිටෙල් පාරිභෝගිකයෙක් නම් English Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NFU ලෙසත් Singlish Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NUS ලෙසත් Tanglish Alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NAT ලෙසත් ටයිප් කර 2299ට සෙන්ඩ් කරන්න.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
And welcome back to Newsline. I'm in conversation with Mr. Mujibur Rahman, Member of Parliament, representing the SJB. Mr. Mujibur, tell me, why is the SJB silent and not questioning why it is that the Education Ministry have very little funds, there's no food, and stationery. gone up by 4 times.
Farad, I must tell you frankly, during this budget debate time, Honorable Opposition Leader Sajith Premadasa, he questioned several times, and even all these SJB members who participated for this budget, so everybody questions this allocation is not enough for the education, and even for the food issue, even for the, not just now you raise it for the stationery and books and all.
Yeah, 4 times.
So 4 times it has increased. So everybody in the SJB group, we always question these issues. We are doing our part. The only
So
thing,
you are being a dynamic opposition.
we are doing, I'm not telling there may be a mistake, so there may be somebody can say it's not enough.
Here and there.
But from our side, we can see our parliamentarians, we are doing a good job in the parliament.
Are you representing the people?
Exactly. We always raise people's voice.
We do that as well. This is the people's channel. This is the people's channel. God, trying to take it all away from us. But now then, there's another interesting point. Do you know the dollar rate?
Yeah.
Sri Lanka rupee.
330.
It used to be around 203, 205, around there. Everybody, including your party, shouted and said, no, this won't do. You need to float it. Take it out. Can't be held. Today, it's 375.
Yes.
And now it's pegged at 375.
Yes.
In between, all the prices have gone up.
Every day, still going up.
Yes, sir. What about your...
Now, thing is this...
Mr. Mujibur Rahman, your people may not vote for you.
No. The thing is this. We in 2020 November, I can still remember, even our Dr. Harsha and all these economics, they saw the situation. Everybody say, now you have to go for the IMF and go and get a help from them. So these people rejected. So even that time, then our people told, so you float the dollar. So that time they say no, right? So they didn't do anything on the exactly time. So that's the thing. So no timing. You know, now after crisis only, they announced the bankrupt only. They went to the IMF. So still the IMF program is pending. From the now Wickramasinghe, Mr. Ranil Wickramasinghe, President, he was telling all this time, you know, now in August we will get the IMF support. Then he says November, then said January, then said December. So still that discussion is dragging on.
Yeah, the fact remains. I think it was the 12th of April that we declared bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Then it's April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, nearly 7 months.
Still IMF didn't do anything. So that means almost they are delayed. So we told them in 2020 November, right?
But Mr. Mujibur, do you agree that the international lending community will not lend to Sri Lanka unless Sri Lanka has a plan on how to service its debt?
Exactly. I totally agreed for your comments, Farad. But even not only for the IMF, even World Bank or even some European Union, all these organizations, everybody is looking for whether we have a plan. Right? Everybody can understand, still we don't have a plan. The other thing is, now who is in the power? These people are only created this situation. This is not came. This is not a situation came natural. It's not a natural. It's not a natural disaster. This is made by the politicians.
Indeed.
So which politician? So the government politician. Right. So exactly now they have to take the responsibility. So I don't know how the situation created by this present government, and they are trying to sort out the situation. It can't be.
It can't be.
Right? So they have to go now.
So basically, this theory of theirs, whatever the theory is it a wrong theory or is it practically impossible to implement?
Which theory?
Whichever theory they have.
No,
they want to tax the people earning 100,000 rupees. They want to tax the exporters 30%. These are short-term measures.
No, that is the thing. Now they have increased everything, right? Even during the budget period also, all these essential items, there are a lot of items, the prices are increasing. Normally, the tradition is after budget only everything will increase. Now, during the budget time, also everything, that means, so what for budget then? Right? Now budget is, there being nothing, right? So I am thinking situation is, even for the January, February, it will get worse.
Yeah.
Right? So government, from the government side, they are only trying to cover their expenditure. Right? Still they are not shows to the people what is they are doing, what is they have done sacrifice for the people. So nothing else. Even they are now Mr. Wickremesinghe has appointed 20-member cabinet ministers, then 38 state ministers, right? Then again they are going to appoint another 10 ministers, cabinet ministers after the budget, right? So they have spending lot of money for unnecessary thing, right? This crisis time, and they ask people to sacrifice. The people have done enough of sacrifice.
But none of these ministers are cutting down.
They are not doing. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. From the government side, they are not showing honestly to face this situation.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the thing. That because of that only people also got angry. The people think these people ask us to sacrifice, but what is the government doing? Nothing.
Mr. Mujibur Rahman, why is it that the opposition is not revealing what it would do with the economy? If something happens and you're in power in the next 4 weeks, you can't be learning on the job. You need to know what to do when you get into the treasury and
exactly. That's why I told we are prepared a document, and we had all these days that economic group, they are having a discussion with all these some experts. So we have a plan to how to recover the economy. That is no issue. But only thing is, even the international community and the other organization, no one is coming forward to help to Sri Lanka because of no trust, no confidence.
No confidence in the government and the opposition.
Normally, after the Ranil Wickremesinghe present the budget in the parliament, normally what's happened, the share market would have gone up.
Yeah.
So nothing happened in this time. Why? No confidence, right? Even for the investors. So no confidence on this government, right? So everybody is now expecting a change. If the change has come, there are a lot of people is there to come and help us. Even for our migrant workers, we can see still they are not sending all of their money to Sri Lanka.
But talking slightly about foreign policy, Sri Lanka, at times, it strikes me that Sri Lanka is somewhat either misguided or that they don't know how to treat a good thing. And what I'm saying is this. The Arab world have made plenty of opportunity for Sri Lanka.
Yes.
So much of opportunity that the foreign remittances is $7 billion a year. It used to be before the pandemic.
Yes.
Right? But yet, when they are in Sri Lanka, their government's representatives, the diplomatic staff are here, nobody in Sri Lanka is interested. The only times that some people go and see these diplomats here is during, festival time. They want dates, or they want to send a few people on Umrah or on Hajj. But after that, they forget them. Why are we so why aren't we treating these people with some respect? Maybe we would have got some oil.
Yeah, exactly. I can remember one time during the Mr. Premadasa's time, President Premadasa's time, the Iraqi government, when the Saddam Hussein was in the power, right? Crisis time, they helped us.
Yeah.
Right. I have read an article about that. So Arab world, you know, after the Gotabaya Rajapaksa came to power, you know, so we had a good relationship with the Arab world from the long time, right? From, I think, from this Sinhala, that kings, from those period, we had a good relationship with the Arab world. So after the Rajapaksa regime came to power, you know, so they have different the racist policies and some unwanted things they did. So because of that, we break the relationship between Sri Lanka and the Arab world. So they must take the responsibility for that one, even for that corona during the pandemic period, you know. Even WHO and all these kind of organizations, they requested from Sri Lanka for the burial issue. So they asked Sri Lanka to allow for the burial, right? Even for the Arab.
But they didn't.
They didn't allow, right? Even the World Muslim League secretary, he has written to the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. So they never allow and they didn't respond for that one, right? So because of that, those type of work, so we lost the good relationship with the Arab world. So what you said is right. Otherwise, they would have helped us during this crisis time, you know, with the oil and some other things.
I mean, how can they help us, Mr. Mujibur Rahman, when the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia gave Sri Lanka an outright grant of a project worth, at that time in 2005, a project worth $15 million. Houses, it was a complete village, new village.
New village, yeah, that's right.
Complete with houses.
Tsunami houses.
This for the benefit of those affected by the tsunami from that area.
Yeah, exactly.
As I know, up until a few months ago, 17 years later or 16 years later, not even the wild dogs are occupying this place.
It's very unfortunate.
It's a slap in the face of the Saudis.
It's a very unfortunate situation, Farad, because, you know, from 2005 to up to nearly more than 17 years, right? There are even Yahapalane government was there 2015 to 2019.
They didn't do anything about it.
They also didn't do anything. So I don't know why these leaders are acting like this, you know. They spend billions of dollars to that project and without any interest, nothing, right? But still,
it was a complete gift.
Yeah, it's a donation, you know, right? It's a donation. So I don't know why our these leaders are still, they are not, they don't want to give those houses to the people.
They were all sorts of wild accusations, including that the Saudis wanted these houses to go only to the Muslim community, which is all rubbish. There is no such thing.
They said it's for the affected by tsunami.
Exactly.
Right, that's what they told.
But some politicians went to the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court, definitely.
And they got some sort of an order. And as a result, it stopped.
It stopped. Still stopped.
So, you know, there's nobody.
Nobody is bothered about that. Nobody is talking about that housing complex. You know, now almost 17 years. So that is the thing, you know, in the country.
What is it they say in Sinhalese? Piduru?
Balla piduru karnet naha, kanagonata denneth naha.
It's the same thing there. That's the same thing that's happened. The same thing.
Right? So like this, there are hundreds of things in this country, nobody is taking the responsibility, right? It's a very unfortunate situation because anybody can stay. It's not accountability, no accountability. Nobody will ask questions.
Last question, but it's two parts. How many members of the SJB are going to cross over?
You know, now before the budget, you know, when Mr. Wickremesinghe became the Prime Minister of this country, there are a lot of rumors went around the country, say nearly 20 MPs trying to go and 10, and finally 2 only went. Right? So after Ranil Wickremesinghe became the President of this country, so that time also there were a lot of news items carried saying SJB MPs were going to cross over. So nothing happened up to now. And before the budget, before the second reading, as a lot of people say, and even the news published by some newspapers also said nearly 4 or 5 people were trying to go. So nothing happened today, all right? Still, I don't think anybody will cross over on this time, but it's going to be a suicide.
And
if somebody went,
and how on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that at the next parliamentary election, the SJB will be the majority party?
Definitely. Now without,
how many points?
Now without we had a very hard time in 2020 parliamentary election. As a new political party, right? And Gotabaya Rajapaksa got 69 lakhs votes. So we faced that election, and anyhow we got 52 MPs, right? So that means peak time, Gotabaya's peak time, right?
Yeah.
So now totally politically environment has changed.
Indeed.
So now we have a plan, and we hope definitely we are going for the election with the big coalition with the other parties. And all.
You will win.
Definitely we can have the more than 113.
Good luck to you, Mr. Mujibur Rahman, and also to your party, the SJB. And we look forward to seeing you again on our program soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's the way it was on Newsline. Take care, have a great day ahead of you, and as always, God bless you all.
ඇත්ත කෙටියෙන් දත්ත වැඩියෙන් සයිබර් අවකාශය කළඹන වුවත් සලකුණ News First YouTube channelය අදම subscribe කරන්න. News First ජනතාව සමග.
Newsfirst News Alert ඔබේ ජංගම දුරකථනයටත් ඔබ ඩයිලොග් පාරිභෝගිකයෙක් නම් English alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NFU ලෙසත් Singlish alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NUS ලෙසත් Tanglish alert සේවාව ලබා ගැනීමට NAT ලෙසත් ටයිප් කර 678ට send කරන්න.